Good evening and welcome to the news. The Nitope Habukarim is my name. Osun State Governor Mr. Adegboyega said he is not ready to engage in fire-for-fire politics. That some politicians have already declared ahead of the forthcoming July 16 governorship election in the state. Governor Itola said that the desperation of some politicians in their campaign to engage in do-or-die politics is not in his character. He said decency should be the watchword in political space rather than use of inciting words that can lead to unrest. The governor said this during an engagement meeting with members of the Osun chapter of Young Farmers Association of Nigeria today in Osogbo, represented by his special advisor and civic engagement, Honorable today. The governor said that he would rather engage in issue-based discussions regarding his achievements and prospects ahead and will not involve in a campaign of calumny. Governor Itola said that the continuation of the various developmental projects he had embarked on since the inception of his administration is the reason for his re-election campaign. He also opined that only those who lacked basic knowledge of governance would always see the election as a fog of war. The governor, however, said that he is optimistic about winning the election and called for a free and fair poll. Meanwhile, the Araguji of Iraguji land of Abdul Rashid Olabomi Oduno IV has congratulated Governor Adegboyega for clinching the award of the Governor of the Year 2021 by the Vanguard newspaper at an event which held at a hotel and suites. This is one of the numerous recognitions of the governor's incredible achievements in governance in the face of daunting challenges which has made the state of Osun thrive far beyond one's imagination in recent times. The Vanguard Personality of the Year 2021 event was designed specially to honor the individuals who have performed outstandingly well in their efforts in bringing growth and development in their service to humanity. This is to add up to such landmark recognitions of His Excellency's performance by credible media houses and other institutions in the country. About Olabomi wishes Mr. Oyetola a flawless and resounding victory as the forthcoming governorship election, which will hold July 16 this year. He also urged the citizens of the state to join hands with a man of honor who has shown competence and exceptional leadership skills over the last 3.5 years as he has left the state of Osun to unimaginable heights. Nigerian political parties have been urged to stand up to their constitutional duty of choosing candidates with convincing qualities, not those whose records are filled with unproductive acts. A legal practitioner, Mr. Femi Ayando, constated this after participating with Nigerians. He speaks.
One would expect that the political party system should be able to sift the wheat from the chaff, okay? So they can present very good candidates, okay? Or lay down, conditions that would make it, if you like, difficult for us to have the good, the bad, and the ugly that are now in the fray, okay? These days now you have people who do not have anything to show for what they have done with their lives up until now, anything good they have done with their lives up until now, aspiring to political offices. They want to be councillors, they want to be House of Assembly members, they want to be federal representatives, they want to be senators, they want to be governors, they want to be presidents. The political party system has allowed such people to join the fray just so long as they have money, okay? That's what makes it a very sad development. And what we are going to be getting is a poor quality of governance, okay? That's what we are going to be getting.
Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project has urged Professor Muhammadu Yakubu, the chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, to widely publish the reports on the accounts and balance sheets of every political party submitted by INEC to the National Assembly since 2015. Serap also urged him to provide details of the guidelines and steps that INEC is taking to prevent vote buying in the forthcoming elections in Ekiti and Osun states and the 2023 general elections. Recently, the All Progressive Congress collected 100 million naira for its presidential funds, while the opposition People's Democratic Party took 40 million naira for its presidential funds for the 2023 elections. In a statement by Serap's Deputy Director, Kolawole Oluwadare, the organization said Nigerians have the right to know about the accounts and financial transactions of their political parties, especially the major parties with a strong possibility to assume government in the future. Federal government has planned a new tax on phone calls on the nation to fund free health care for the vulnerable group in Nigeria. This is despite recent moves by telecommunication companies to increase the price of their services as a result of an unfavorable operating climate. The telecom tax on the equivalent of a minimum of 1 kobo per second for phone calls is a part of the sources of funds required to finance free health care for the vulnerable group in the country. This is contained in the National Health Insurance Authority Bill 2021 signed by President Muhammadu Buhari last week. The Act includes a provision under Section 26 of Section 1C, which states that the source of money for the vulnerable group fund includes telecommunications tax, not less than 1 kobo per second of GSM calls. Police command in Ekiti State has paraded no fewer than 27 suspects arrested at different locations in the state for offenses ranging from alleged armed robbery, cattle rustling, theft, and cultism between March and May. The police public relations officer, ASP Sunday Dabutu, paraded the suspects as the Rapid Response Corps headquarters in Ado-Ekiti. He said the feat was achieved following the renewed onslaught to reach the state of criminal elements. Abutu said that the gang of armed hoodlums, numbering about 9, accosted one Sani Mahmuda, a Fulani herdsman, who was wearing his cattle along Eruku and Itakwaji forest. And on sports, World Basketball Body FIBA has warned that Nigeria faces sanctions following the country's decision to withdraw from international competitions for 2 years. FIBA stated this in a letter addressed to functional Nigeria Basketball Federation President Musa Amadu Kida, signed by head of legal FIBA Jamie Lambert. Sports Minister Sunday Dare through the Permanent Secretary of the Sports Ministry, Ismaila Abubakar, stated that President Muhammadu Buhari had given approval with immediate effect to withdraw Nigeria from all international basketball competitions for 2 years following lingering leadership threats in the heavy. The minister added that the withdrawal would help the country revamp the sport from the grassroots, as well as put an end to the basketball crisis. FIBA, however, warned that Nigeria is at the risk of being sanctioned, saying the withdrawal was in breach of Article 9.7 of FIBA's General Statutes, which states national member federations shall manage their affairs independently and with no influence from third parties on the foreign scene. Australia's new leader has vowed to take the country in a new direction with a big shift in climate policy. Anthony Albanese, who won the election with the opposition centre-left Labour Party, said Australia could become a renewable energy superpower. He is to be sworn in as Prime Minister tomorrow, but it is not clear whether his party will have a majority in Parliament. Climate change is a key concern for voters after 3 years of record-breaking bushfire and flood events. The outgoing Minister, Scott Morrison, the leader of an ousted Liberal National Coalition, thanked the Australian people after conceding. Speaking to newsmen shortly after his election victory, Mr. Albanese, aged 59, said the country has an opportunity now to end the climate wars in Australia. That ends the evening news on OSBC Television. It was edited by Sunday. So join us at 7 for Deadline. Good evening.
Just call